What's up, guys? My name is Ricky Semiglia. This is my friend Johnny Boy. What's over here with Team Maddox. We're gonna show you guys a sweep that I like a lot. It's called I call it a 2-in-1 sweep, and it's kind of like a counter to the counter of the scissor sweep. You guys will know what I mean in a second, right? So I'm just gonna explain how I do the scissor sweep right quick. So over here inside the guard, you know, I reach across for the lapel, I shrimp, you know, I create my frame, separate myself, get up on my elbow. But an important detail a lot of people neglect here in the scissor sweep, they try to do it from here, but the thing is that the person has a really solid triangle right there, the two knees and his butt, making the third point. So if you try to knock him over his base, he's super heavy. So a big detail that's neglected about the person, they have to distribute the weight towards them. So they have to come over here. You see how I'm keeping my foot connected to his hip? I'm bringing my knee to my chest, but I'm keeping him attached. And as I'm distributing his weight towards me, he becomes a lot lighter down here, making the sweep a lot easier to get. Okay, so for here I start to pinch, I follow through to the other side, and everybody knows I'm kind of a big armbar guy, so I always like going straight for the armbar. So a lot of times, you know, I started off, I learned this technique my first year, and I remember 2 years in or 3 years in, I was never getting it. I wasn't succeeding in everything, and there was because a lot of people would just understand the technique and they'll start resisting, they'll start pulling back, and it just would never work. So instead of pulling away, I wanted to find a way to fix it. So over here, what happens when I go for a scissor and I create my distance and I try to pull him towards me, the person already anticipated what was going to happen, so he puts his weight heavy backwards. So I can't bring him off of that third point of his triangle that we were talking about earlier. So that can only mean that his energy is going back. So from here, what's going to happen, I'm going to put my foot on the hip, and instead of pulling back, I'm going to reach for an arm drag, and I'm going to drag his arm to the other side, and I'm going to use this foot, the base that I have, just to turn my hips the other way. I'm not shrimping or anything, but I'm turning my hips completely the other way. Boom, over here, right? And the reason I say I'm not shrimping is because I'm not creating space, guys. And then from here, what's going to happen, I know he's going to try to put this arm on the other side, right? So I'm going to trap over here, and as he tries to put that arm on the other side, there's where he's giving me the energy to get up on my base, right? If he pushes me down, I'm not going to fight. I just go back down with him, but I'm looking for this center formation. Enough where I can reach for a leg down here, and once you trap this, what happens is he can't distribute his weight down. So if I tried sweeping him here, if you can go over here, Jan, on this side, if you notice, he's still on his third point. So if I tried to sweep him this way, he'd be a little too heavy. So I gotta bring him off of that third point so that he becomes weightless, and now the sweep happens nicely. Okay, like I said, armbar guy, so I'm not a big fan of going straight to mount. So I post and I slide straight up so that now I can start looking for my S, and then we can cover this armbar over here. I'll cover some armbar details in the future, but hope you like the sweep, guys. I plan on starting a technique of the week type of thing. Page, something I've been wanting to do for a while, but I'm still trying to figure out how to do so. Hopefully you like it, guys, and take care. What's